Hey guys, guess who I'm shooting with today? It's finally happening.
Yo, I don't know how no one's noticed this or pointed this out yet, but Adam22 and his wife are fooling everybody, and it's so obvious. And I'm about to tell you how they're doing it.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
Hey, yo, Siri, what is the most recent data on the divorce rate in America today?
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the divorce rate in the United States was 3.2 per 1,000 population in 2019, down from 3.6 per 1,000 population in 2018.
Okay, well, what are the percentages? Siri, what are the percentages on those divorce rates?
According to the American Psychological Association, approximately 40 to 50% of first marriages end in divorce. The divorce rate for second marriages is even higher, with approximately 60 to 67% of second marriages ending in divorce.
Okay, so last question, Siri. What is the average, or what's the most recent data on the average or median household income for two-parent homes?
The median household income was $70,784, so essentially $71,000.
Okay, so a lot of you may be saying, why are you reading these stats out? I promise you they'll make sense a little bit later. But first, let's talk about the person or the people who are the topic of today's conversation. Adam22, lend the plug. Okay. Adam22 is a popular podcaster, YouTuber, most popularly known for his podcast, No Jumper. A lot of you may be familiar with the podcast. It's a hip-hop podcast. Not a big fan of it. I think it's very destructive, very demonic, and I think it's that way by design. I think everything that's wrong with the world today is what's wrong with this podcast, right? But that's neither here nor there. That's a conversation for a separate day, okay? Adam22 is married to this woman named Lena the Plug, okay? Lena the Plug is a porn star, all right? And apparently, she's an adult film star. He's also one, apparently. And apparently, they've been doing scenes together on camera for money, for people to see and pay money for, which is weird.
Weird. That's weird.
Cringy. Confusing.
I would like to reveal something.
Go. What?
She fake ate my... Normally she does it for real. The other girl's giving me head and she just decides to get back there, and I don't know if she smelled something, but she wasn't licking my ass. She was licking the area immediately above it, and afterwards I just called her out in the car like,
What was that?
Okay.
Yeah,
you
please.
have really, really big butt cheeks, okay? What, I'm supposed to open the curtains and put my whole face in it? Like,
yes.
You need...
But okay, whatever. They apparently started shooting scenes together in 2017, but they had rules. The rules to this, apparently or allegedly, was that Adam22 was allowed to shoot with other women. How dare you? You're in a relationship, but whatever. You're free to do what you want. You don't have to abide by whatever. Cool. He's allowed to shoot with other women. She's allowed to shoot with other women. They're allowed to shoot with other women together, from my understanding. If I have that wrong, please hop in the comment sections and correct me, okay? They started that in 2017. So here we are in 2023. All right, cool. They announced that they got married, and they shot one of the most elegant, the most fascinating wedding videos that you'll probably ever see in your life, okay? And just a month after shooting this elegant wedding ceremony, getting married, not to mention that they are parents and they have a daughter, just a month later, this comes out.
I have an announcement. I just want to break it to you guys so that you guys all know what's going on, which is basically after 7 years with my girl, after 7 years together, been doing pretty much the whole time, but we got more and more deeper into the conversation. We decided, we've been having this conversation for a year.
Okay.
She shot her first ever scene with another man.
Now again, you're free to do what you want. I have a couple of questions. Do you think that it's a coincidence or it's by design that they were together apparently for 7 years? They've been shooting scenes together since 2017, and all of a sudden, just a month or so after getting married, they come out and announce, or Adam22 comes out and announce, or both of them essentially came out and announced that she will be shooting her very first scene with a man, or as they like to call it, a BBC.
Hey guys, guess who I'm shooting with today? It's finally happening. Wow, I did not know you were going to do that.
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think this is about marketing. I think it's about capitalizing. I think it's about extorting his wife. And I'm going to tell you how. That may seem like a stretch. Earlier, I mentioned I'm not a fan of the podcast, and it's for several reasons. Adam22 is an open atheist, which I don't believe anybody's an atheist. I believe that everybody believes in God, but they just suppress it. But that's neither here nor there. He professes to be an atheist, right? He has a tattoo on his hand of like some Baphomet looking creature. Then he has like an upside down cross on his face. He's wore these shirts that says 666. He's always pushed the boundaries, right? Created this mystique about him, and maybe that's by design. Well, if you don't know, his podcast has been losing a lot of views. And a lot of people have stopped watching this podcast and tuning in because people have been, quitting. People have been getting fired. There have been fights. A lot of nonsense has been happening at his podcast that's made people stop watching. So do you think it's a stretch that all of that has been happening in the last few months of this year, and all of a sudden, right after getting married, they announced this? I don't think it's a coincidence because it doesn't hit the same saying Adam22's girlfriend, who's already an adult film star, is doing a scene with a man, compared to Adam22's newly wedded wife is doing a scene with a man. That generates more money. It causes more controversy. Not to mention, in my opinion, I think he's capitalizing off of it and asking other people, in my opinion, I think that he's asking other people like DJ Academics to talk about it, right? To generate more attention, more views. That's in my opinion.
Adam hit me. Adam was like, you don't think you went a little bit too hard? I know we talked about this. I'm like, I'm going to keep it real with you. I went light. He also did confirm to me as well, their OnlyFans numbers is off the charts. Signups have been amazing, ridiculous, out of this world. Again, I only kind of talked about it because I felt, Adam basically told me we good sports, we nice.
But there's something else. I genuinely believe that Adam22 did not anticipate the amount of hurt that it will cause him. Because just think about this. Why? Let's start with Lena. You're a corn star. This is what you do. All right, cool. This is what you do for a living. What's the purpose of marriage? All right? What's the purpose of getting married? This is a perfect example as to why so many people talk down or belittle marriage. It is no longer sacred or meaningful. It's just a goal people want to scratch off their list. The vows and commitments that are shared are devalued and holds absolutely no weight, bro. How can you as a woman marry someone, or how can you as a man marry someone and still feel like it's right for them to sleep with other men just because it's or sleep with other people, just because it's your quote unquote job or your partner came to an agreement with you? I mean, when you feel sick coming home, laying down with your husband or your wife after another man or woman has been with them. Now, I understand that everybody's different. Everybody don't everybody don't believe in God or claim to believe in God, whatever. But the truth of the matter is, marriage is recognized by law between one individual and the next, right? And in my opinion, and many other people's opinion, marriage was created by God, right? It's supposed to be this sacred thing. But I feel like it's more of for show. The man is tearing up at this ceremony. Why? In my opinion, as a heterosexual man who's watching this from afar, I think that Adam22 is hurt. I'm looking at this man's eyes and it's I think he's trying to do the reverse psychological thing. It's I don't even know how you can fathom. I don't know. What I would like to know though, which is what other people have asked, I am curious as well, is whose idea was it? How do you get married and then decide now's the perfect time for you to go and sleep with another man? Listen, bro, acting can only go so far. And let me say, the way that your wife was looking at this man's eyes, hand on his abs, I mean, look how she's looking at him. You can only act so far. In my opinion, as a person who's been in some, hurtful situations before, if I ever saw my girlfriend, fiance, let alone wife, looking in another man's eyes this way, I would be devastated. There's only so much acting you can do for the camera. There's going to be some sort of enjoyment. There's going to be a part of you you've been wanting this for a while, in my opinion. Listen to how she started this video off.
Hey guys, guess who I'm shooting with today?
You that professional? Really? At the very beginning, I mentioned some statistics, and I'm going to tell you why I mentioned them. I did a little bit of research, and according to my research, even though it's not always accurate, Adam22's net worth is in between $3 and $5 million. Okay. Lena's net worth is right around $500,000, about 500,000. Now we know that's not always accurate, but the bottom line is essentially they're millionaires, right? They're millionaires. I'm pretty sure he can get his wife and they can live a very happy and comfortable lifestyle. Yet he still comes out on his podcast and he says that this was better for her brand, that it would generate more money. How much money do you need? I mean, what they believe in God or not? What's that one Bible verse? What does it cost a man to gain the world but to lose his soul? I threw out those statistics because if the average household income is $71,000, which isn't even a fraction of what you all's network is, you all make that in a month, right? Less than a month. Yet you still are willing to sacrifice and exploit your wife for attention, views, likes, and money, in my opinion. This isn't even about being hateful or about attacking them, because I don't like to even speak on people's marriage, but they made this stuff public. Really, I'm just wondering what Soul Illuminati said. I couldn't have said it any better.
It's not possible for any man to get married and 1 month later, the most demonizing, the most embarrassing, the most emasculated thing that can ever happen to a man happen literally 1 month after being married. Whose choice was it? Whose choice? Who came up and said, "Hey, I want some BBC"? Did he I ain't gonna lie, Adam, you seem like the type that even recommended it. You that type of you can give her the world. Why do she still want that? Bruh, this is your wife. Y'all have a kid who's gonna grow up seeing all your content. Why do she still want random dick?
As a man in Adam, in my opinion, who I don't often say very little respect. I don't actually respect him very much at all. As a man like Adam, what I'm curious about is, as much as you've shown over the years how much morals that you lack from the people that you've interviewed on your podcast, from the things that you're willing to do, have you thought about your kid? Have you thought about your little girl? Have you thought about it, bro? She's gonna, once, the internet is undefeated. As I've heard many years ago, and I continue to hear this. Once it's on the internet, it's forever on the internet. Are you not concerned about your daughter seeing that? And I understand that you've addressed it to an extent, but even to the point now where you're bringing your wife on the podcast and you're gonna tell me that this isn't about exploiting her, this isn't even if she's agreeing to it, it's still him exploiting his wife. Because, brother, I'm just curious, why as a married woman would she even want to be interested in still doing that? How far are you willing to go for attention, brother? Y'all hop in the comment section and y'all give me your thoughts on this, man. I just thought this was ridiculous, and I think that people like Adam are literally here by design and placed in power, put in position to gain all this notoriety, all this clout, right? All this following, and to lack all these morals, and to blur the lines on what's considered the right way to live life and what's not considered the right way to live life. Because people like him in positions are showing other people who are already questioning God, are showing people who may believe in God, but maybe admire him from afar from a business aspect. People like him infiltrate other people's lifestyles and mindsets and have people questioning what's life, what's considered wrong, what's morals.
Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.